Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza. Today is Tuesday, November 4th. You're watching Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. 11 suspects, mostly women, were arrested in coordinated raids on Sunday after Anti-Trafficking in Persons Division officers infiltrated a private line chat group or several groups where memberships allegedly cost 1,500 to 20,000 baht. 11 suspects, mostly women, were arrested in coordinated raids on Sunday after Anti-Trafficking in Persons Division officers infiltrated a private line chat group where memberships allegedly cost 1,500 to 20,000 baht. Investigators say profiles of girls, names, schools, body types, and photos in uniforms were offered to paying clients. Most of the victims are aged 16 to 17 years old and study in the greater Bangkok area. Police report the teens first answered online ads for part-time PR or product presenter work, then were pressured into sexual services priced at 20,000 to 30,000 baht per encounter, of which the girls received about 10,000 baht. Two alleged ringleaders, identified as 49-year-old Wirapol and 28-year-old Natrika, confessed, according to police. Others, aged between 19 and 42 years old, admitted as acting as procurers but claim they didn't know the girls' exact ages. 9 of the schoolgirls were rescued during the operation and are being treated as victims under Thailand's anti-trafficking laws, with social workers and child protection officials coordinating care. Further digital forensics and victim witness interviews are underway, and additional arrests are possible. This is a difficult story to hear. It underscores how easily online job ads can mask exploitation and how quickly teens can be drawn into harm. If you suspect trafficking or exploitation here in Phuket, contact the tourist police at 1155, local police, or Thailand's 1300 Social Assistance Center. Help is available 24/7. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Speaking at the October Provincial Committee meeting, the governor reported that since the distinctive U-turn barriers were installed at previously high-risk spots, there have been no serious accidents and no student deaths at those locations. Speaking at the October Provincial Committee meeting, the governor reported that since the distinctive U-turn barriers were installed at previously high-risk spots, there have been no serious accidents and no student deaths at those locations. That's a dramatic turnaround from earlier this year, when the same areas saw over 100 accidents in 5 months, including more than 50 student injuries and 10 fatalities. The project, initially backed by Rotary District 3330, the Batong Rotary Club, and the UK-based Safer Roads Foundation, is designed to slow vehicles, sharpen driver attention, and tidy up turning movements. While some locals were concerned during construction about inconvenience, post-installation data shows not only safer junctions, but improved traffic flow and shorter travel times through what used to be congestion-prone stretches. The project builds on Phuket's wider community-led safety push, including the safe and seamless U-turn trial on Tepkrasatri Road, which recorded 0 fatalities in test areas and cut travel times by up to 10 minutes, before being formally handed over to provincial authorities this past September. Officials say that this partnership model, local organizations, government agencies, and international safety groups working together, will guide future upgrades. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Phuket will take part in Thailand's first nationwide emergency cell broadcast test on January 20th at 2 p.m., the first time the island has been included in a public trial of the National Disaster Warning System. Phuket Vice Governor Abdul Chutong confirmed the plan after a coordination meeting with the Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation, mobile operators AIS, True, and NT, and local agencies at DDPM Phuket. During the drill, a test alert will be pushed simultaneously to mobile phones across the country. No app required. Officials say the goal is to boost preparedness and public confidence for both residents and visitors, and to ensure agencies can respond and communicate quickly in real events. The test follows building, district, and provincial pilots earlier this year and comes alongside updated disaster measures and flood relief funding. Households affected by flooding are eligible for 9,000 baht via prompt pay under a recent cabinet resolution. Phuket residents are urged to keep phones on with alerts enabled at 2 p.m. on January 20th. Follow instructions if a real alert is ever issued. For any emergencies, the DDPM hotline is 24 hours. That's 1784. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Thailand's election commission is warning that plans for postal voting in the upcoming constitutional referendum could invalidate the poll if it amounts to advance voting, which current law does not allow. Election Commission Secretary General Saiwang Boonmi said the government should seek a court ruling before moving ahead with any mail-in option proposed by People's Party MP Harit Wacharasindu. Saiwang stressed the EC's job is to run both elections and referendums legally and cleanly. Administrative conveniences are possible, he said, but nothing that exceeds the law. Otherwise, the result could be thrown out. The key question is, does mail-in voting conducted before referendum day equal prohibited advance voting? Postal ballots sent and counted on the official day may be lawful. Doing it earlier may not. If the referendum is held alongside a general election, meaning on the same day, Saiwang acknowledged the process will be complex, but said the Election Commission will not take even the slightest risk that could compromise legitimacy. For Phuket, clarity matters. Any nationwide mail-in voting method must be applied uniformly, from extra ballot handling at Phuket polling stations to timely delivery and counting of postal ballots. Local voters, especially those working shifts in tourism, should watch for official guidance to ensure their vote is valid and counted. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Thailand's Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul says Chinese President Xi Jinping is pleased that Thailand will not legalize casinos and that Beijing will encourage more Chinese to visit Thailand. The update came after Anutin's bilateral meeting with President Xi on the sidelines of APEC, where he reaffirmed Thailand has no plan to allow gambling. According to Prime Minister Anutin, President Xi acknowledged China won't interfere in Thailand's internal affairs, but can advise its citizens to avoid destinations with policies that clash with China's principles. With Thailand's stance clarified, Anutin said Beijing would support Chinese travelers coming here, quote, with confidence. This reassurance matters. Chinese arrivals fell to 2.26 million in the first half of this year, a sharp year-on-year decline. A recovery would be felt nationwide, and especially here in Phuket, where Chinese group and FIT travelers have historically filled hotels, tour boats, restaurants, and retail during shoulder and high seasons. For Phuket businesses, this signals potential uplift ahead of the year-end travel period. Still, travelers and locals alike will watch for practical follow-through, airline seat capacity, visa processing, and safety measures to turn diplomatic goodwill into bookings. The bottom line, Thailand keeps casinos off the table, China signals green lights for tourism. If flights and confidence follow, Phuket could see a meaningful bump in visitor numbers and spending. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Thanks for catching us on this edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Join us again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to $20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment, offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.